Hey, what's going on? It's your favorite entrepreneur turned techie, Sarah Nicole. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about the top job boards that you are probably not looking at when you are trying to find your first or your next role in the technology industry. Now, of course, you have your traditional job boards like Indeed, right? Indeed is cool, okay? I've been able to find a lot of awesome opportunities through Indeed, but the challenge with Indeed is that there's something weird with their algorithm, in my opinion. So if I'm a project manager, I should not be getting suggestions to apply to be a pastor at a church, okay? Like, they just give you the weirdest suggestions. And yes, Indeed is awesome for many industries, but I think that there are some better alternatives if you are someone looking to be in the tech industry. So we're going to go through the list. I've done a ton of research. I've used some of these job boards as well, and I've recommended them to people before where they've been able to find different positions. So let's go ahead and dive into it. Where do you need to go to find your next position in tech? So the first one's a little bit obvious, but LinkedIn. Now, I'm honestly not a huge fan of LinkedIn, but they do have a lot more options as far as different tech companies and different technical roles that are on LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is definitely one that you should be looking into. Like I said, to me, it seems a little bit challenging. I feel like there's 1,000 people applying for the same positions over and over and over again. And I haven't really met a ton of people with a whole lot of success with just applying to positions on LinkedIn. But like I said, there's a ton of companies on there. And the good thing about LinkedIn is that you can actually go and see who that recruiter is and reach out to them and send them a message. And so that's just another way for you to stand out if you are going to go the LinkedIn route, right? Now, the next one I want to talk about is called WellFound. WellFound is a very interesting platform. It's mostly tech startups. So I like WellFound because of the fact that there's a lot of uniqueness in the companies and the roles that are on there. Okay, so you're thinking about if you're someone really looking to dive into startup culture, that is a platform that you should look into. Now, they do have it where you can apply directly on the site for most of them. And so they're going to be giving you updates through the actual site itself. But again, a lot of unique companies, a lot of unique opportunities and different types of roles you'll be able to find there if you're looking to really dive into startup culture. And I like that when you sign up for WellFound, they ask you like, are you someone who needs a more structured environment, or are you okay with like the startup chaos? Because I think, certain companies, if they're just building their systems, it's going to be a little bit of that startup chaos. If you've ever worked at a startup, you know what I'm talking about. If you know, you know, right? We should start a support group for people who have worked at startups. Okay, I'll be the ringleader. But anyway, that's a good one. It's called WellFound. The next one is called Builtin. Okay, Builtin, and of course I'll put the words up on screen all fancy so you can type it in. But Builtin is going to be for tech companies and remote jobs. So if you're someone who is primarily looking to work from home, this is definitely a platform that you should be looking into. Now, I liked Builtin website because you can go on there and actually filter the jobs by the actual perks. So like if you're looking for a company that offers unlimited PTO, you can filter the positions by that. Or if you're looking for a certain type of benefit, a 401k, things like that, you can filter the positions based on the different perks. So I thought that was pretty cool about Builtin. You can also filter by size of the company. So if you're looking to, work for a small business, or if you want a more like a mid-market type business, you can filter by the size and by the specific industry. So if you're looking for tech companies that are in the health industry, or in the fashion industry, or in the finance industry, you can filter by that and just look at those specific job postings. So they make it really easy for you to find positions that are more aligned with, exactly what it is that you're looking for in your next role. That's just one perk of using Builtin throughout your job search. The next one I want to talk about is called clearance jobs. So this one is going to be for those individuals that either already have a security clearance or they are looking to obtain a security clearance. So these are going to be jobs that are mostly with the government. So you'll see a lot of people who work in like cybersecurity or other fields with GovTech. You're going to see them, finding a lot of opportunities there. Again, these are for people that already have their security clearance or they are looking to obtain it. And there are some job listings that will say, hey, we'll sponsor you for getting your security clearance. So that's kind of a very niche, very specific job board. But if you are looking for those types of positions, that's definitely the site that you probably want to be on. Now, the next one is called GetWork. So this one's going to have a little bit more of a broad range. It's not just tech, but it's a lot of remote positions, and it's also a lot of verified positions. So, like when you go on Indeed, or even some of these other ones like WellFound, you have to apply directly through that software. With GetWork, it actually takes you right to the company website, so you're not having to deal with an extra website of trying to keep up with your applications and getting updates. You're doing it directly through the company, so it's verified that this position is available. You'll be able to see it when it's available, and it comes down immediately after if it's not available. So it makes the job search a little bit easy in that factor. So if you're looking for remote and you want to apply straight through the company, that is one of the places that you can look at. And again, they do have tech companies and other companies on there as well. The next one is for those of you, again, that love the chaotic startup culture. Okay, it's called Venture Loop. Venture Loop are going to be companies that are backed by VCs, and they are tech startups for the most part. And so again, those companies are typically going to be in those first few years of business. They're probably going to be a small business or mid-market business, and you'll be able to find some unique companies and unique roles and opportunities there as well. A lot of the times when you do go and work at a startup, depending on what stage they're in, there might even be opportunity for you to get equity in that company, right? So imagine if you started working at Facebook when it first started. I'm sure those first few employees are living good right now, okay? Because of that equity has grown so much. And so of course that's not going to happen with every company. Every company is not a unicorn like Facebook or, Amazon, but there's definitely potential there. So that's one of the perks of, pursuing startups as a place of business. But then again, like I said before, it can be a little bit chaotic. Okay, I think we need a support group. It can be chaotic. Some of them might not have systems in place yet, okay? But that's just one thing to keep in mind. So I'm not trying to sway you away from the startups. I want you to come in with realistic expectations, but there can be some amazing opportunities working with a lot of different startups, especially VC-backed startups, because that means they got the funding that they need in order to grow and scale. So Venture Loop is definitely one that you should be looking into if you want to get into the startup world. Now, this next one is for our work from home baddies, okay? I love working from home. If you are looking for a remote position, which is probably like 90% of the people who are trying to get into tech, if we're being honest here, but it's called Remote OK. So this is going to have a ton of remote jobs and some hybrid jobs as well, just depending on where you're located. So that's really their main thing, is just helping you get employed somewhere that is majority remote. And then this one is for my girlies, my tech girlies. It's called Hire Tech Ladies. Okay, this is all tech positions, whether it's at a software company. They have some non-technical roles and technical roles for different tech companies. This one is geared towards helping women get a position in tech, and I like it because they have a community and all these different resources that are really geared towards women. And then another way, of course, to find jobs with tech companies is going to be the old-fashioned way, and that is just looking up companies in whatever industry that you want to work in, and literally just going through Google site by site and clicking their careers page and seeing what opportunities they have available. I know this sounds super, super tedious, but I was recently helping someone that I know get interviews in tech, and that's exactly what I did. They had experience in a certain industry and they wanted to pivot to tech. And so the fastest way, which I'll do another video on this, but the fastest way to do that is to pivot through your previous experience and then get the skills you need and to move on to, whatever role you're really trying to get into. I looked up tech companies in this industry because I know that when they go and interview, that'll be pretty advantageous, right? And I just went down a long list of companies and I went to their career page and I was able to see companies that were hiring. So that's kind of like old-fashioned, old school way, but it works. Okay, it works, and it helps you find positions that might not even be on some of these job boards. And I'm not even going to get into the whole secret job market, which I'll make another video about that, but it's just good to start researching these companies that are in your your desired industry anyway. So I know that was a lot of information. I feel like I was talking really fast, but that was so much information I was trying to squeeze in a short amount of time. But I hope that this was helpful. Let me know if you end up trying any of these different job boards or methods to finding your next position. Let me know your experience, or if you have used any of them before. I definitely want to hear about it down below in the comment section. Make sure you hit that like button for the algorithm. I know that there's a lot of people out here who need to stop relying on Indeed, okay, to send them these crazy jobs. So please hit that like button, hit that subscribe so you can stay up to date. My video is all about entrepreneurship and tech, money, finance, all that good stuff, okay? So if that's your jam, make sure you join our community and hit that subscribe button. If you're looking to either get into the tech industry or you're already in it and you're trying to do some networking, join our free Facebook group, Young in Tech, where our main focus is helping Gen Z and millennials start and grow their career in the tech industry. I also have some discounted tech boot camps if you're looking to gain new skills and find different ways for you to enter into the tech field. I'll put that below, of course, in the description box. But again, I hope that this was helpful. Let me know what you think about these job boards. And this is your favorite entrepreneur turned techie, Sierra Nicole. I'm going to catch you on the next video.